Hello. Ooh, hold on. Hello, everyone. Am I bright? Am I too bright? Anyway, hello, everyone. I am Mr. Bob Ben or Malika, and in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys everything I created in the last 6 months of 2021. So it's been 25 days basically since I filmed a regular video, so I literally forgot like what I say in the beginning. That's why I stuttered a little bit, because I'm so used to doing my Vlogmas, because that's what I've been doing for the past few weeks. So it feels a little different to like get back into like my regular video, but I'm really excited to start making videos like this again, because as fun as Vlogmas was, I'm not going to miss it, and I can wait for next year until I do it again. It was just having to film every day and film every day and then edit every day. It was just like, oh, I really don't want to do that if I don't have to. So I'm really excited to be filming this video, my very last video of 2021, and I think that is literally all I have to say before I get started and on this video. So I created, I don't know how many, so this video is literally basically a continuation of my last everything I crocheted. Like that last project I showed, and then the next project I show is like the next one I crocheted right after the last one in my last video. So it's like a direct continuation, and I'm going to be showing you guys everything I crocheted and knitted up till the end of December. So without further ado, and without me talking so much, let's get right into this video. So to start off with, as soon as I finish that, I think it was my striped long sleeve madness top, the one that was the last thing I made in my last video, or showed in my last video. And right after that, I made this beauty. It's a tank top, and I never wrote a pattern. I probably still will, but I just never got around to doing it. But it was this. Okay, I think I'm bright. Let me turn this down. Okay, that's much better. Okay, so much better. Okay, it was this tank top, and I used milk cotton yarn with this. It was my first, was it my first time using milk cotton? I think it was my first time using milk cotton, and I fell in love with it because it's so freaking soft, and I just loved it. So I made this tank top, and then I made this purse to go along with it, because I was literally obsessed with making purses along with my tops, because I just thought it went along with my project so well. Like, I love having accessories with whatever I made. So I made this, and if you guys don't know, I literally love stripes, so of course this was striped, and then I made a stripe bag to go right along with it. So, oh, and then I'll have the picture. I totally forgot. I'm so glad I remembered. I'll have the picture of every outfit I show and how it looks on me. You know, I'll make sure I show that. Usually when I try and show pictures, I'm like still right here, and then the picture's like half of my face. So I'll try and like scoot over so you guys can see that. But that was the start of the last 6 months. I don't even know how to say that, but that was the first outfit. That was the first project I made after, for you guys get it, geez. Anyway, the next one was my freaking favorite. I love this so much. I use alpaca and palette yarn, and this is what made me fall in love with brushed alpaca silk. Is that what it is? Yeah, I think brushed alpaca silk. I fell in love with that yarn because of this project, and then I love the fact that I use like a 4mm with it. I thought I would have to use like a, I thought I would have to use a like 3.5 or something like that, but I literally used a 4mm, and I made this beautiful tank top. Kahila, my sister, she calls it a bralette because of how short it is, and I'll have the picture right here so you guys can see. Ouch! My iPad fell on my toes! But I'll have the picture right here so you guys can see like how short it is, but let me angle myself right here so that I can show the picture better. Yes, so that's this project, and I used, I think the brushed alpaca silk was green, and then the the palette was green, and then the brushed alpaca silk was blue, and that's what created this beautiful color combination. Freaking loved this so much. The next project I made was my Casey Element shirt that ended up being a dress. Like, literally, it's so long. It literally stops like mid-thigh basically, but in the picture right here, I made it, you know, not look like it was a dress, but it literally was a dress. And then with my, oh, and I used Casey Element yarn. That's why I call it my Casey Element sweater. But I was like new to making oversized projects, so when I made this, I made the sleeves way too tiny. Like, this is a sweater and then this is a sleeve. This sleeve should have at least been like reach, like be as wide. Ugh, this is hard to show. It should have at least been right here, not up here, at least right here. But, and so I look like a T-Rex when I was wearing it because my sleeves were like so skinny, and then my body was just to my thighs basically. So, but this was a fun experiment because I wanted to try this yarn out, and it actually got discontinued, which was crazy. So I'm really excited. I'm really happy that I got to try this yarn before they discontinued it. And stripes again, you guys know that I'm literally obsessed. I don't know why I can't just make a solid piece. I don't know why. I feel like every time I make something, it has to be stripes, and if it's not stripes, like I struggle trying to make it. But that was my Casey Element, and I might as well call it a dress. It's not even a sweatshirt or a sweater at this point. Anyway, my next project was this tote bag. I love the colors I used for this tote bag. It is so beautiful, and I used Lily Sugar and Cream. I was in love with that yarn. It's super stiff, but I think it goes like, this yarn is really good for purses and stuff like that. Honestly, I don't think I would recommend using it for like sweaters, but it was really good for like my Shite Madness crop top. But as a sweater, I think it'll be like way too heavy because this yarn is super heavy. But I made this tote bag for my tutorial because a lot of people were asking me like, can you make a tutorial where you're talking about blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, fine, I will make this tutorial. And that was literally my last tutorial, I think, and I think this is my last purse as well. So I don't think I made a purse after this. And yeah, and I didn't even know this would be my last purse because I honestly thought I would continue making purses with my outfits, but as I continued crocheting, I just stopped caring about having purses with my sweaters and all my outfits that I made. But I love this tote bag, and I love making tote bags because I love the look of it. Like, ugh, it's so beautiful. But yeah, that's my last tote bag. I didn't know this would be my last one, but yeah, that's that one. The next project I have is this halter top I made for a pattern test. I think that's what you call it. Like, the person that made this top wanted me to test it out for her, so I did. And then somebody literally said that this looks like the Burger King work clothes or something, and now I can't unsee that because it literally does look like the Burger King like work outfits they wear. And yeah, but I don't know, I love the dark colors I chose, and this is milk cotton as well. I love this yarn, it's so soft. But this halter top actually ended up being way too big for me, and yeah, it fit really, really loose. But for the picture, of course, I made it look beautiful. And you guys would have never known that it fit me like a sweater. But I think I tied the back of it or something, because I made this too wide. Like, this should have at least been like, should have been like this. Not like this. Like, maybe half of that should have been there. But that was this, and I loved it. This was also my first halter top. I've never made it before. And before I even pattern tested, before that, I was literally like, I want to make a halter top. And then all of a sudden she just DM'd me and was like, do you want to make this halter top? I was like, what? Like, yes, thank you, because I always wanted to make one, and I loved how it came out. I was gonna say I don't know if I'll make another one, but like, I probably will, because this was fun, and it was super easy, way easier than I thought. And I love the fact that the back was ribbing, because my only concern with the halter top was that it wasn't going to like fit me. Like, that didn't fit because I did way too many rows. But my other concern was that I didn't think it would fit me after I like put it on, and it would be like kind of loose. But because of the back, you know, I'm going on a tangent, but it ended up being perfect, the perfect halter top. I loved it, I loved it, I loved it, and that's how it came out. So the next project I made was this chunky cardigan along with this chunky tank top. So I made this tank top to go with this cardigan, and I used snow. It's snow something. I totally forgot. It was so long ago. Snow. It's snow something. But I mean, I have a video of all the, do I have a video? I think I do have a video. But yeah, it's some snow yarn, something like that. But I made this cardigan, and I wanted to do like different colors, and then in the back I incorporated all the colors I used for the entire cardigan, and that's how it turned out. And I love how it came out. Like, the cuffs are different colors. It was a nice, fun, colorful project I made. And then I didn't want to just like wear anything under it, so I quickly made this tank top to go with it, because these were the only colors like I had a lot of. So I was like, you know what, let me make some quick tank top to go along with it and call it a day. And then, oh, I keep forgetting to remember to have my picture so you guys can see, you know, how it looks on me. But that's what I made, and it's super heavy because the yarn is so chunky. But I love this project. Did I make another cardigan after this? I did, and that's actually coming up. How ironic. But that's my chunky baby. So the next thing I made was my Clueless recreation piece. I just let me get it out, and let me have the picture right here. But I just randomly decided, like, you know what, I want to make, am I tilted? Have I been tilted this entire time? I hope you can't tell. But I was literally like, I want to make a recreation piece like based off Clueless, because I loved Clueless and I love all her outfits she had. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to recreate it. I'm going to crochet it. As much work as it looked like, I was like, I'm gonna do it, and I did it. I freaking did it. So for one, I have no idea why I didn't make a white tank top. Like, I'm breathless. But I just ran downstairs and then came back. But I have no idea why I didn't get a white tank. Hold on, my cat's scratching. But I don't know why I didn't get like white yarn. I don't know why I chose green, but I still had white in it. But I don't know why I didn't make the main color white. But this was the tank top I made for that. This was like, what, my third tank top I made. But that's how this looked. And then I made a skirt for the first time. I've never made a skirt before. And the amount of times I had to like, what's the word, like change it, because I kept messing up was insane. But it ended up looking like this. This is a mini skirt. So cute. This was so fun to make because it was easy, but I had to like so many times because it was like too big for my waist, and it was so much work, but it was fun nonetheless to make, and that's how it came out. And then I made the cardigan. This was my first time like using fuzzy yarn, and I will like never, okay, of course I will never say never, but I don't care to use fuzzy yarn again. It was so hard to see my stitches, but it came out so cute. Like, this is so cute. And then I put buttons because I wanted something, you know, I wanted to spice it up a little bit, so I added buttons. I don't even have like buttonholes on this side to like put it together. I just wanted it for like aesthetic purposes. But that's how this came out. And I don't even know how, oh, I forgot to say how long all my projects took. I honestly don't know anyway, but I have like crochet with me's on like all of my pieces I just showed, so it won't be hard to find, and then you can see how long they all took. But that's really onyx, really, but that's my cardigan. And I think this was my last cardigan because I'm really not a fan of cardigans. What are you doing? No, she's trying to get to her blanket. I really don't care for cardigans, but I love this one, and I love the whole onyx, and I love the whole outfit and everything. So that was like one of my onyx. So that was like one of my favorite pieces of 2021. I was so happy when I made this, and yeah, that's really it. But my next piece was my first knitted project. So I learned how to knit in August, and then I made my first knitted piece like a month later, and it was this sweater vest. It was super easy to make, surprisingly. Like, I was a mega beginner, and I made this as my very first knitted piece. So if that doesn't tell you how easy it is, I don't know what will. But I used these colors, and I love this. So I knitted this flat, so it wasn't like in a round, it was flat. I had 2 panels, and then I put it together, and then I did my whole, you know, collar thing. But to this day, I don't even know how I did this. Like, I'm so impressed with myself, because I don't even know, if you were to put this in front of me and tell me to make a sweater vest right now, I would not know how to do it. But during that time when I learned how to do it, it was super fun. And this is so nice. Like, how the heck did I do this? Like, I really don't remember how to do this, which is crazy. But I fell in love. I keep forgetting to have space for the picture. I'll probably just start putting the pictures on top of my face if I forget, because I probably will. But yeah, this was, and I put the white because I ran out of the blue. So, and then I had more of the white because I only used the white for my ribbing, and then I used all the blue for that. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna run out of blue, so let me just change to white. And then that's why it looks like that. This was my first knitted piece. This piece made me so happy, because I was like, okay, I definitely love knitting for sure, 100%. So that was my first knitted piece. Then I made my Neptune sweater. So I made this because I saw so many, hold on, my sister's cat's crying. Okay, so I made this because I saw so many knitted pieces, and they had that like puffy kind of tucked in type of collar, and I fell in love with that. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna make that, but I'm gonna crochet it. And I crocheted it, and then I call it the Neptune sweater. It's so beautiful and soft and fuzzy. Oh, I used, okay, hold on, let me backtrack. I used merino wool and mohair for this project, my Clueless recreation. And then for this I used, what the heck did I use? I forgot what it was called, sorry. And then for this one I used hand-dyed yarn and blue mohair for this, and that's why it looks like all nice and fuzzy and beautiful and fluffy and cute. Like, I love this sweater so much. It's like the perfect classy looking sweater. Like, I loved it. I love making it. And yeah, that's my Neptune sweater. This feels so soft and it's so cute. Okay, anyway, then the next project I made was my first attempt at a knitted sweater. As you can see, I literally did not finish it, and then even my cuff has a hole in it somewhere right here. I tried to do the magic loop method and I failed, and that's how it looked. That's why it has that big old hole. And I didn't get to finish the other sleeve because it was just way too much, and I was like, I literally cannot continue this. It was just way too much. And then I knitted this flat too, so this was a front panel and back panel that I put together, and then I picked up stitches along the entire edge to create this sleeve. So this sleeve was literally like 100+ stitches around, so I was basically knitting as many stitches as I would for the front and back panel on a sleeve. So it was just so much work, and I was just like, no, I have to put this aside and then I'll come back to it later. And then I never came back to it, but I couldn't. I literally couldn't. It was way too much. But I love the color stripes again, of course, and I really wish it wasn't a lot of work because I would have loved to continue it. But now that I've done, stop messing with that. He's messing with my yarn. But now that I've done like knitted sweaters now, I'm not ever going back to this. But I will always show it and show people that like this was my first attempt at a knitted sweater. Then the next project I made was my sister's rusty high neck. I made this sweater for a crochet along because my sister wanted to do a crochet along, and so I was gonna say I attended, but I participated in it. And it looked like this, and I used hand-dyed yarn for this as well. And this is the back of it. I'm pretty sure I ran out of the pink, so I ran out of the purple, so I used pink. Yeah, I think it went that way. I have no idea. This was so long ago. And then I made my sleeves purple, other sleeve purple, and oh, picture, of course. Can't forget the picture. And then, oh, if I'm showing a picture. Okay, and yeah, that's how it looked. This sweater is super heavy because if I'm not, oh, I double stranded, yeah, I double stranded, what's it called? I double stranded merino wool, so that's why it's like super heavy, and it's not chunky, but it has weight to it. It's super heavy, but I love this piece. I love like my neck. Oh, it was my first time doing like a high neck type of sweater too, and I loved it. I love how it just cinched to my, what are you doing? I love how it cinched to my neck. I loved it. Love this piece. Then I made my second, technically first, knitted sweater, but I actually completed it. This is a Novice sweater by Petite Knit, and that's how it looks. This has the tucked in collar like my Neptune, so it kind of looks like my Neptune in a way, but it has that nice fluffy neckline. And then my sleeves, this is my first time having a sweater with wide sleeves, and honestly it's not my cup of tea. I'd rather my sweaters be cinched like this. I love like the balloony look of sleeves like that. Like this is my ideal sleeve. I love the little bagginess, but then cinched at the wrist. Love that. I'm not a fan of like wide, super wide sleeves. Like it doesn't, I don't know, I just rather, I think I feel too exposed with all my arms out, like if I do this and then it's all like ugh. But I love this sweater because it's my first completed sweater, and I knitted this in around super easy. Oh my gosh, I was still like a super beginner and I made this sweater. Like what? So it was super easy to make. I used Drops Alaska and brushed alpaca silk. I used the red Drops Alaska and the gray brushed alpaca silk for this, and that's how it turned out. Then the next thing I made was this random ghost, and somebody said it looks like a tater tot, but that's fine. And why did I make this? Oh, I wanted to make amigurumi for the first time, so I made this sweater. Yes, sweater. I made this, what is this? Ghost. I made this ghost. So this is my first time ever making amigurumi, and definitely a last time, because I'm not a fan of amigurumi. It doesn't get me excited like making sweaters and stuff like that, but I still made it. And I was supposed to like get safety eyes, but I could not find them, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna use buttons since I had buttons there, and this is how this bad boy came out. Not ever gonna do this again. It wasn't hard though, surprisingly. Like this is like my first time doing like magic circle too, so it wasn't like my first time, but it was my first time actually succeeding in doing magic circle. But that's how it came out, and I probably won't ever do that again. The next project I made was my second Neptune sweater, and it's actually like kind of cropped. I have a picture right here. I don't know if you can tell that it's cropped, but I wanted to make a sweater like super fast. Was this for crocheting long? I don't know if this was for crocheting long too. I'm not sure, but I used hand-dyed yarn with this as well. It was merino wool, and I'm pretty sure I double-stranded it because it's just as heavy as this sweater, but I totally forgot what I used. Like, I'm not sure. I'm really not sure at all, but that's how this came out. My puffy, fluffy collar. I love this look so much. This is so cute. I made some really cute sweaters like this half of the year. Like, I'm in love. Are you kidding me? But that's how this looks. And on to the next. So this is like one of my favorites. I was gonna say hands down one of my favorite projects. One of, you get it. But my Christmas sweater. So I used impeccable yarn with this. I went way back to my roots and used impeccable yarn. Freaking loved it. I forgot how like soft and nice impeccable it is to work with, and I used like what millimeter hook did I use? I forgot, but it was big, and because I finished the sweater in literally 3 days. It was my first time making an ornament. It was my first time making a snowflake. It was my first time making this hat. I just freehanded this hat, first of all. First time making everything was the first time. And I love this sweater so much. I don't know what I was gonna say, but the way this fit me, oh, so sorry, picture. But the way this fit me, like, it made me fall in love with impeccable all over again. I freaking loved how this came out. Like, are you kidding me? Like, this is so, is that darn here? Oh, yeah, they will darn. But this is so nice. Fell in love with this sweater. I can't wait to make more like this. But yeah, this is my ugly Christmas sweater. And then I made, excuse me, Onyx, she just sat on my projects. Ma'am, she's really trying to fight me. Anyway, then I made my Velma sweater. This is so small. It really looks like it's for a toddler. But I made my Velma sweater, and I'll show you guys that. I wanted to make a Velma recreation piece because Halloween passed and I just saw all these Velma outfits or whatever, and then I was like, I can crochet that, so let me do that. And I did, and that's how it came out. And I wanted to make it a crop top because, one, I wanted to finish it super fast, and two, I was wearing a skirt with it, and I knew like it would meet up with the skirt, so I really didn't have to do like an oversized sweater. I didn't want to either. This took like 3 days as well, and my first time doing a turtleneck. I don't know if I'll do it again. I like the high neck look, but not like the turtle tucked in look. But that's how this little sweater came out, and I'm really excited to do more recreation pieces. I have so many new ideas for next year, and I cannot wait to show you guys everything. So I'm really excited for that. But this was my last recreation piece for the for the year, and then she's on my next project. Excuse me, she's gonna want to fight me. Excuse me, can I get this? Can I get this, Onyx? Can I get this? Thank you. Okay. Then I made this sweater. My tweed sweater. So this was like the same pattern I used for my Christmas sweater, so I love this sweater just as much as that. I love how it fits me. I love how it's like the perfect chill sweater, and I freaking love it. Stripes, of course, and then I have different color cuffs. Like this is dark gray, this is light gray. I love how this came out, and it's tweed, so it has like those little flaky things. And yeah, I freaking love this sweater. This took 3 days as well. Like my last 3 sweaters took 3 days to make, because I used impeccable with the last 2, and this one it just went by because I was still using like a big hook. But yeah, that's how this sweater came out. And yeah, I love this. Then the last thing I made for the year is the sweater I'm wearing right now. So this was my latest piece. This is the Novice sweater mohair edition. I did not use mohair, I used baby wool, and this is how the sweater is. I love it. I literally just finished blocking it, so I was like, I'm gonna wear my last piece because I thought that would be cool, and this is how it came out. So this is my third sweater. This is my third sweater, and I would technically say it's like my second, because my first one I did not continue it, but technically it is my third. But I like saying it's my second sweater I made because I did not finish my first one. But this is the second sweater I've knitted, and I love knitting so much, guys. Like, I am in love with it. I cannot believe like I wasn't going to knit at all. Like, before I started knitting, me and my sisters were like, we're not knitting at all, don't care to do it, crochet till we can't crochet anymore. But then all of a sudden my sister Kahila, she was like, I'm gonna try knitting, and then me and Cleo were like, oh, let's do it, and then the rest was history. So geez, my voice broke. But this was my last piece for this year and this month, of course, and I think this is my only project for this month actually. Like in November I made 4 sweaters, and then December I made 1 because I was busy doing Vlogmas. This month was really like a chill month because I did not want to go crazy like I did in November and all the other months. But that is all I made. All of these. Ugh. Oh yeah, let me take a thumbnail picture. Okay, let me position it like this. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. But that's all I made. There's so much. Like, if I brought out like all the stuff I made like the first 6 months of 2021, and my bed would be full of all those clothes. But that is all I made, and that is the end of this video. Oh, and at the very end, like after I stop talking, I'm gonna show pictures of like everything I made from January. I guess technically I started in February, but from February till December, I'm gonna show all the pictures like of me and my project. So I'm gonna show it from the February to December, a little collage, montage, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, so that is the end of this video and the last video of this year. Thank you guys so much for being on this journey with me. I literally started my channel in February and I have 8,000 subscribers now, which is insane. I started with literally 0 and I have 8,000 supporters and friends, and I'm so excited that you guys are on this journey with me. Like, we literally started from patchwork and we're knitting now. That's freaking insane. But thank you so much for being here with me. I cannot wait to see what 2022 has in store for all of us. So that's really it. Oh, I can't believe 2021 is over. Are you kidding me? Anyway, did I start this? I did start in 2021, right? Yeah, I did. I don't even know why I'm second guessing that. But this is so crazy. I can't believe the year is over. I feel like I just started my channel. I feel like I just started patchwork. I feel like I just started everything. But it's literally been like months. So this is crazy. But again, thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you guys for watching all of my videos. I have a lot of videos, but this is the end of 2021. But what is my outro? Thank you guys so much. Anyway, you guys know the drill. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and goodbye 2021 and hello 2022. Bye.